What the f? Oh my goodness!
What's up guys, today I'm at Fight City Gym. I'm here to meet one of the most exciting prospects in African MMA. I'm talking of course about the Zulu warrior Ntando Zondi. We're going to go and see how his training's going, talk to him about how he got into MMA and see what his future plans are. And there's an exciting activity somewhere in the episode. Stay tuned for that one. Come and follow me guys. Hey, what's up, Ntando?
Hey, how are you, brother? How are you?
Yourself, man.
Good, thanks.
Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
It's an epic gym, dude.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful. It's a lot of work DeMarta and James have put together, but it looks beautiful. My name is Ntando, the Zulu warrior Zondi. I'm 26 years old from Mandeni in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. I'm currently in Johannesburg at Fight City Gym and CIT. I'm a professional mixed martial artist with a record of 3-0 in the EFC. My dreams are not just to be the top of the EFC flyweight division, but I want to make it to the UFC or as far as I can. So my spectrum is very, very broad. It's not just centralized. So yeah, as far as I can get, I'm going for it.
Nice, yeah, nice. Obviously everybody knows DeMarta Penna from the South African scene. He's a legend. Yeah. And everybody, I can assume, would obviously want to train with him because of all the knowledge that he's got and the level of training. And you look at this facility. How did you end up meeting up with DeMarta Penna?
I actually met him at our old gym, and from then on, we actually got very close. He was a hard worker. He actually invited me to, we were actually going to something as simple as Virgin Active. And we ended up spending, I think, 3 to 4 hours at the gym in that day. It was midday after training, and I realized this guy actually trains a lot. And then from then on, I actually asked him if I could go to one of his Muay Thai sessions with Crew Len in Centurion. This was a 4 a.m. session, and he did come and pick me up from the gym. And from then on, every single day we've been training together, really trying to push together, grinding every day, and he really motivates me to be better than he is even. Yeah.
And before, let me track back a second, because obviously the nickname Zulu Warrior, you're from KZN. What was it like getting started in KZN firstly, and then secondly, obviously what prompted you to move from KZN up to Gauteng?
Yeah, well, I mean, KZN doesn't have as many gyms as Johannesburg or Cape Town or Pretoria per se. But so that's mainly the main reason why I moved to Johannesburg. You know, I wanted a better structure, I wanted more fundamentals, because I used to actually be at a kickboxing gym, not necessarily an MMA gym. I think it's an MMA gym now, but previously it used to be a kickboxing gym. So there was a little bit for me that was I needed to add to be where I am today and even further. And I think moving here is a better opportunity for me to grow as an athlete in the sport.
I had been told about Ntando by a friend, actually of both of ours. I don't even think he knows this. About a year ago, I think, while he was still an amateur. And so he's been on my radar, and I also like the division that he fights in, the flyweight division. So I've been fortunate enough to have interactions and podcast episodes and whatever with, guys the likes of Terrence and Tumelo. And, it's just the most exciting division for me. And I really want to bring light to this division because I think, and I've said this to Graham, I've said this multiple times, this is the division I feel like they're going to get the most UFC stars out of. And I think Ntando's one of those guys. He's one of the brightest up-and-coming fighters on the African continent. It's really good for me to get to know him a little bit better and, see where his head's at. You're here with DeMarta, who's obviously a legend, but you're also with CIT.
Yeah.
How much of your time do you spend at each of the gyms, and is there a difference between what you're doing here and what you're doing there?
Look, I spend more time here at Fight City because it is closer for me. So cost-wise, it makes sense for me to come here most of the time. But some of the sparring sessions and some of the, if I can squeeze in more sessions, I do go to CIT here and there. Because, they do have great fundamentals, great coaching, a great structure, really. And without going too much into those details, they have a beautiful, beautiful base for growing athletes. If you look at Dricus du Plessis, for example, he's at the top, and the reason why he's at the top is with having a great team around him like CIT. They have amateur classes and pro classes. You can't just go there, even as a pro, and just jump into the pro classes. You have to sort of qualify to go to the pro classes. I did a couple of weeks in the amateur classes with Steph Delaray. He helped me a lot with the basics and the fundamentals. Even now, he still helps me a lot. He helps me with my posture. a lot of things that I need to still fix even at this point. So they have a beautiful structure, man, and they're very, very professional, and they really do care about what they do.
Yeah, so one of the cool things about this and the new way we're doing things now is that we want the fighters to bring out a different side of themselves. So we ask the fighters to pick an activity that they enjoy or maybe something that they wanted to do. Like Ntando's never shot before, so he picked a gun range. I think I last shot a gun probably, I'm giving my age away here, but probably like 18 years ago. But I've always enjoyed it. So when he said gun range, I was like amped to go. A little bit nervous, but the good nervous. So I was really, really excited when he chose the gun range. And Dion, who's with us, has a lot of experience with guns. So we were fortunate enough that he was able to organize a proper shooting experience for us. And I'm really, really excited to see how this goes. We're here at the Cecil Payne shooting range, or the JMPD shooting range. I'm here with Dion and Hubert from Keens, and of course Ntando Zondi, and the guys from Bravo Tactical. We've got a big day planned. We're going to shoot some heavy artillery. I can't wait, and it's going to be a fun one. Stay tuned.
So essentially why I picked the shooting range was I've always wanted to have that adrenaline rush. I don't know, I have a mixed feelings about guns. I'm not too fond of them, but I also love them. If they're not with me, I love them, you know. But yeah, I've always wanted to at least give it a shot, and I think it's going to be an incredible experience.
So he was nice enough to give me his gloves last night after his win. I would just very much like it signed from you.
Most definitely.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Perfect.
I would prefer you go first, and then like when I let my wife shoot or someone that's inexperienced, I like to get them on first, because then you're just doing the thing. Once you look at it and you hear sounds and you see what's happening, that feeling is going to become worse.
Yeah,
so I say go first. What we'll actually do is shoot easy guns first. They make lots of noise, but we'll shoot rifles first. And then after rifles, this is a little bit more difficult to shoot, then we'll go into handgun.
Okay.
Okay.
Just get out.
I'd rather fight again,
You've seen
dude.
gangster movies?
Yeah.
This, like, I've been in a cage and I've been shooting. This is nothing compared to the feeling you
Give me
walking
2
in.
fights today, bro. Oh, okay.
Well, there's 3 fights, an AR, an AK, and a handgun.
Round 1, round 2, round 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You generally don't go past round 1, so
Yeah.
so you'll hear everything. You'll hear everything, like when we're talking.
Yeah.
But once a shot fires, it deadens the sound, so you won't hear it. But if you put it on and you can hear anything, don't stress. You won't hear the gunshots.
You can test it by clapping your hands.
Actually sounds so weird, dude.
Yeah.
That is weird. It sounds like I'm wearing like microphones or something.
Oh, is it like that? Yeah,
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Feeling, Ntando?
You know, just before a fight, like that's exactly how I feel. Exactly just before a fight. You don't get used to it. Why does he have to load them like that, dude? He's loading them like, hey man. So,
That's how you load it, man.
How else would you load them?
he's loading him like, yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
you ready for this, boy? I'm feeling very nervous, man. I'm very, very nervous. As I said, I love guns, but as long as they're not on me, man, they're just heavy. I don't know, somehow, even if it's not loaded or it's unsafe, I just feel like it's about to go off, you know, something's gonna go wrong, you know, but I'm excited and also very, very nervous, but yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do, so let's give it a shot.
So basically this is a Norinco AK-47, right? Chambered in 7.62 by 39, okay? It's unloaded and safe, no mag. And this gun is what it is. Everyone knows the AK. It's famous, and it's got very easy controls as well. It's like the Glock of rifles. So like they said, always works, always functions, and the controls is very easy. Very nice to shoot, very controllable, and everyone wants to shoot it, so we'll shoot it today. Nice. And then this is just my personal AR-15. So this is a Radical made in the US. So basically this is a 10.5 inch AR-15. This is chambered in 5.56 or 223, okay? And then I've got a Trigicon MRO with a magnifier. A lot like the AK-47, super easy to shoot, minimal recoil, makes a loud noise, but does a lot of damage. Nice. Okay, so we'll shoot that, and then From that, we're going to shoot handguns as well. So this is a Glock 47 chambered in 9mm. Just got a Trigicon SRO on it. But just to quickly explain what we're shooting so you have a bit of a better understanding.
Yeah, so he whipped out the guns, and like I first thought, it was only till last night when I spoke to Dion again, he told me we're going to shoot AR-15s and AK-47, so I was like, let's do this, because I thought handguns, you know, like you think of a gun range, handguns. Dude, Bravo Tactical whipped out that AK-47, and like, I was like a kid in a candy store. Like, I was super nervous. I didn't want to say, like, let me go first. But man, I just looked at that and I was like, I want to shoot those guns. I'm going to get to shoot those guns. And I was super, super amped.
So that you have a point of contact over here. I can see the sight. You have your foregrip. This nicely tucked, and then you can start shooting.
Okay. Yeah, just try and grip it first.
100%.
How...
It's all chilled. You can take all the time.
Okay, so here.
All the time you need.
The outside. From here.
Yeah. So all I want you to do is square up your hips. Remember, you're fighting now, right? So what you're feeling now, you expecting something.
Yeah.
You expecting like a hectic
yeah.
overhand right.
Yeah.
It's a light jab.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's super simple. It's not going to kick hard.
Yeah.
After the first shot, it's going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then you can carry on.
From there, then I shoot. Okay.
Okay,
Fresh,
ready?
fresh.
Yeah, now you can put the safety on. So just pull it back. Yes, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so from now it's on him, eh?
Damn, man.
Okay, load it up. Click.
I'm shaking, man.
Good. Rack it. All the way back and leave it. There we go. Okay, so shoulder forward. Safety off. In your own time, take a shot.
What the f? Bro. Oh my goodness, that is loud. Holy crack. Sound like an RPG or something, dude. Jesus
Okay, it's still
gracious.
loaded, so just keep your finger off the trigger.
Oh my goodness.
But
There was no power at all, actually.
But forget the sound.
Yeah.
What did it feel like?
It felt good. That's what I'm saying. It didn't like push me back or anything.
Exactly.
It was just more the sound.
Exactly.
Woo, that one had a bit of a kick.
Need to relax.
That one had a bit of a kick. I'm not gonna lie. That one was a bit.
I'm trying to anticipate your shot while
Woo.
holding this thing steady.
Oh my, this feels so nice, dude.
Yeah.
Holy crack. Ah! I feel like flipping. That was like next level.
Good.
That was crazy.
Happy.
My goodness, I'm more than happy.
Okay. So now for the AK.
Oh.
Yeah. Deep and then pull back. There we go.
How sensitive is it?
You'll pull through it, you'll feel.
What the flip? Holy shit, this has more power, bro. Okay. Oh, that is insane. That is insane. Oh, that's like an orgasm or something.
Okay, you're good. So safety's up, all good.
Yep.
Now you can strip out the magazine. And now put the safety down and rack it all the way.
Again?
Okay. Just pull the trigger. There we go, perfect.
No better feeling than knowing there's no bullets in there anymore. Woo! Goeie donder, dude. It was definitely one of the most nerve-wracking things, like before, prior to even shooting a gun or even holding a gun. I don't know, there's no feeling like it. But the moment I took the first shot, it was almost like I felt at home, I felt comfortable. Just obviously the sound is overwhelming, especially with the AR-15. It was just very, very loud, very, I don't know, it's overwhelming. But I mean, if you haven't tried it, like I said, man, if you hadn't tried it, you have to give it a shot. And you must get yourself a gun.
You can get away with slamming the trigger fairly hard. With this one, you need to be gentle on the trigger. Okay, so I want you to get your finger on the trigger and then just slowly press back until the shot goes off. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, it's on you.
Okay.
Load it.
I have to load it first.
There we go. So now it's loaded. Okay, you see the dot.
Yep.
Just
Wait,
wanna,
there's no, wait, is there a dot here?
just want to make sure it's, yeah.
The dot or the line, the middle?
There's a dot. There's just a red dot.
Am I blind? Oh, fucking hell. Shit, I would have shot the wrong person. Goeie donder,
Okay,
hè?
so see that dot?
Yep.
Put it in the middle and then get your finger on the trigger.
Got it.
Yeah. There we
Oh,
go.
that feels good. That's not
There
bad.
we go.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, so just a slow pull back. There we
Much
go.
better. I just go one more. How do I, okay, and then I'm done.
No, go.
Oh, please. Okay. That feels so nice.
Okay. For someone that's never shot a gun in life, applying the right fundamentals, we can come back to 30 meters and you can successfully shoot a BC zone steel plate. That is proper fundamentals, proper stance, proper trigger pull, and that's awesome stuff.
Thank you so much, man.
Well
I don't know if
done.
I can't shake your hand.
Well done,
Thank you
well
so much.
done.
Really appreciate it, man.
That's awesome.
That's like a different kind of feeling, bro. That was incredible.
Okay,
Who's
I
next,
don't know.
please? Come on.
Can
Appreciate the
carry on.
opportunity, guys. This was crazy. This is you've got to give it a try at least once. At least once. This is next level stuff, bro. Next level kind of adrenaline rush. Flipping massive.
Because I was saying,
I'll definitely say the AR is better. It's a little more balanced for me. Don't know how to explain it, but it's like a massive deload you get from it. There's like a massive climax you get from this. It's an insane feeling, man. If you've never tried it, you have to try it. You have to give it a shot at least once.
Thank you.
I might just get a gun myself. I might just start getting a gun myself. This is next level, bro. It sounds crazy. I promise you, it's crazy.
But the feeling,
My broek is a bit nat, but it feels good.
doe het rustig.
I was feeling the heat on the front, and then I was like, nope, okay, and then I went back
Yeah.
too far, and it was hot in the back as well.
Okay, perfect.
Yo, one thing you don't anticipate is the smell.
Yeah.
You don't anticipate, and you're like, oh, am I heating this thing up or what? So no, that's
That's one thing in Ntando City is like, I love the smell.
Yeah. Thank you. Whoa. Okay, this thing, the recoil is not that bad. Like it is slight, but every shot you take feels like you got punched in the nose so lightly. Like you get that like water in your nose feeling. So that hits you, but so much control on this thing. Like, yo, I'm hooked now. I'm hooked. Eh?
There we go. Nice.
Ntando as well now, I was like, if I hear that sound, I'm just dropping all my stuff. You can take it. You don't touch me. Like, I'm not even going to try and pretend like I can fight back for that. I mean, when I shot with the AK-47 first, like one of the things they don't tell you, it's weird. Like you expect the loud sound, you expect a little bit of recoil. It's not too bad, luckily. Aiming wasn't too much of a problem, which was also quite surprising. But that smell, like there's a thing with the smell, like you smell the gunpowder, excuse me, and you're just like, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this. This is manly shit, you know? So it was really fun. The AR-15, a little bit more recoil. You had to place your hand at different spots, because even with the AK-47, like I placed it a little bit too far forward and I felt the heat from the barrel, and I was like, I place it back, and then I started to feel the heat from another part of the gun. So it was like the hand placing, but man, it was really fun. Got to shoot with the AR-15. That was even more epic because it felt like, and he kept telling us like you can relate shooting to fighting, and I'm not a fighter, you know, I've done some fight training or whatever, but I could tell exactly what he's talking about, because every shot you take with the AR-15 feels like someone's jabbing you in the nose, very likely. So that feeling you get when you get jabbed in the nose, or like someone gets you with a nice shot in the nose, it feels like you snorted in water. That's the way I explain it. You get a little tap like that, so you don't want to shoot too quickly because like it's a bunch of taps in a row. But man, really fun, really easy to aim. They were saying the handgun was going to be the toughest bit, or the toughest gun to shoot with, and I didn't believe them. But I messed it up because I was aiming too high, because I was used to looking on the barrel instead of looking for the red dot. And then when I finally found the red dot, it kept moving every time I shot. So not so much accuracy with that one, but still super, super fun. Guys at Bravo Tactical were amazing, and I'm definitely going to do it again. When I get back home, I'm going to see if I can start doing the application for the gun license. I definitely want to be shooting regularly. So much fun. Didn't know what to expect. But again, you know, if you get a chance to shoot, go shoot. If you're in the Gauteng area, go with Bravo Tactical. It's amazing. You won't regret it. 1, 2. Let's go 1, 1, 2.
Bam, bam,
Let's go 1, 2, duck under. Nice.
bam.
So tell me a little bit about training with Drickers, because obviously first ever UFC champion.
Yeah.
What was it like for you to see him win the belt and then get the chance to, because you trained with him before, right?
Yeah, I've grappled with him a couple. I've never been submitted that many times in my life. I think in a 5-minute round, I think close to between 15 and 20 submissions.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I've never anything and everything.
Yeah.
I never knew it was flexible.
Yeah.
Like the guy's good. He's good at what he does. He's very, very strong. Yeah. So it was like, obviously it's a mismatch size-wise as well, but the guy is good, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, he made me feel like I was a weakling. So, I mean, I thought I was a strong guy, but yeah.
No, he's good at what he does, bro. Yeah. Flipping very good.
What was your reaction when he won the belt?
Same as everyone, bro. Like, over the moon. Someone in South Africa you can relate to, you know, it makes it easier to see that the dream is possible. If someone you can actually see is there all the way at the top of the UFC, the middleweight champion, why can't everyone else do it? You know, it's very, very inspiring.
And he hasn't changed in all that time.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still
same
the same
person,
guy, right?
Same person, humble. Everyone I've met, there was actually a guy at work that said to me, he was at an expo or something, and Drickers was talking to him like he's almost like he's known him, like a normal person. He said he would have never known, if he had never known Drickers was a champion, wouldn't have made a difference. Such a humble guy.
It's the same thing with the coaches as well, because I spent a lot of time with Neil. I mean, I met Mornay for once or twice, but didn't get to spend that much time with him. But Neil as well is like just such a humble person.
Yeah.
Puts you on the same level as him. Doesn't think he's better than you at all. And I think I said to Cameron last year when he was on the podcast, as I was like, that's the best aspect I think of CIT is like they keep you level-headed. Yeah. And he said he knows when he gets back, there's a coach that's ready to kick his ass. He doesn't do anything wrong. So yeah.
No, they're very humble. I think it's a skill on its own to be able to teach. Yeah. That's one thing people don't realize. You can be very good at what you do, but to teach someone else or to be able to guide someone else to do the same thing or if not better, it's a skill on its own, and that's something they really know how to do.
Have you been tasered yet?
No.
So you're doing things right.
There was once where I thought I was going to get tased, and I promise I've never shat my pants like that in my life.
Really?
Like there's something about surprises that I don't like. I really don't like surprises, and to get tased, it's like you don't know when it's coming. So I think that for me is worse than actually being tased, but I've never been tased so far.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say never, you know, because they say never what?
Never say never.
Never
yeah.
say never. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm mentally prepared for it, but oh man, it's gonna be a disaster.
So UFC Africa, obviously, that's what everybody wants to go to.
Yeah.
What would it mean to you, like, if they could bring UFC to Africa and South Africa, and then even more if you could be on the card?
It would mean a lot for me, but more for everyone else, all the youth, all the people that are fighting for the same dream as we are. You know, coming to I don't know who it was that was explaining it. I think it was Cairo. He was saying he never used to watch soccer until the World Cup came to South Africa. Now he follows certain players and he knows certain football teams. I think it could inspire so many people within not even South Africa, in Africa on its own. People that see this dream, but they know it's almost impossible. But seeing it actually happen physically, there's an African champion and there's UFC in Africa. It could inspire so many people, including myself. And it's a dream of ours to fight in the UFC.
Yeah, most definitely. Can you imagine having an event? Obviously, they're going to look at Cape Town. We don't know yet, but can you imagine having one in Mozambique?
Oh my goodness, that would, in KZN too,
KZN.
in Durban, bro.
The vibe in the crowd.
If the ticket is 40 grand, I'm saving for that ticket. I'm flipping, doing something for that ticket.
Beg, steal or borrow.
Beg, steal or borrow. I'm getting that 40 grand. I'm sitting right in the front row and I'm watching that event. Bro.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do one last combination before we go hit our game of chess. So let's go 1, 2, hook, cross. Let's do it again. 1, 2, hook, cross. Last one. 1, 2, hook, cross.
Hey! Sorry, that might have been higher than I expected. sorry.
No, I'm good, dude. I'm all right. Good luck, man.
All the best, brother.
Before we do that, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Got to get that mental sharpness. Let's go, man.
Ready. So I'm decent. I'm decent in chess. Don't let Demont see this because he doesn't think I'm decent enough, but I'm decent in chess. I don't play online as much as he does on his iPad or phone, but I've always played on an actual board, and I'm decent. You know, I've managed to squeeze out a draw against him, and he's really, really highly rated. So that means a lot. That means a lot to me. Yeah.
Oh, interesting, huh?
Yep, starting hot.
Starting hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit, we mentioned KZN, obviously you're from Zululand.
Yeah.
What's it like growing up there?
It was a very calm, quiet childhood. I actually grew up in between suburbs and the farms, actually. People don't know this. My dad is a farmer, sugarcane farmer, so I actually grew up a lot on the farm. Nice. Almost every weekend was on the farm. School holidays spent on the farm. So I might have a little bit of farm boy strength.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a beautiful, slow, farm childhood, really. Yeah.
And then what school did you go to?
Very small school, Mandini Academy. It's like a semi-English Afrikaans school, very small. Very limited, very school. Yeah.
But I heard by the grapevine that you used to wait outside school to settle beefs.
Yeah.
And get into fights, is that true?
Oddly enough, it's with my best friends now. They're literally
Really?
my best friends. Like, we've been friends for over 20 years. But we'd literally wait for each other before and after school to scrap. Till now, I don't even know why.
Oh, you fought with your best friends?
My best friends, yeah.
Now.
Like, till now, I don't even know why we'd fight, but we'd just, everyone knew. It's on site, whoever. They would even pick people for me to fight some days. Like, hey, actually, we think you should fight that guy today.
What, just like as a fight?
Just random. You know, I was known as that kid where they'd be like, hey, there's this new kid. Do you think you could fight him? And I was just that slow kid. I was like, okay, bring it, bro. And
How old were
fight,
you
bro.
guys?
From as young as I can remember.
Really?
From maybe even grade 3, grade 4.
So this is before you started all the kickboxing?
Before I knew anything about fighting. I always thought I could fight in my head. I don't know.
Could you fight? Did you win the fights?
I never lost. I won't say I'd never lost, but I don't see myself. I never lost. No, I never lost. Never. No.
Okay, so you got quite a bit of a reputation, and then
yeah, but it was always just like fun scraps.
Yeah, sounds like some of the people are quite hard in that part of the world, man.
It's Afrikaans people, brother.
Oh,
So
really?
you must
were you
know.
fighting? Okay.
Yeah, you must know. They don't mind fighting.
Yeah.
They do not mind fighting, whoever it is,
What age did you start then taking it to the gyms and stuff like that?
The first time I ever trained actually was 2020 or 2019. I think
Really?
yeah.
That recent?
Yeah, it's very, very recent. I think maybe even 2020 was the first time I stepped into a any combat sports gym. You know, and I started off with kickboxing, with a little bit of grappling here and there, but it was mostly centralized around stand-up. That was the first time I ever even been in a gym where I could punch a bag. Yeah.
Jeez, heavy. So then, like, when you started competing and stuff like that, how long was it before you?
2 months after I started training.
Really?
Yeah, it was literally 2 months, if not less. We trained for like 2 months, and then the coach said there's a tournament in Johannesburg, and I put my hand up, and yeah, it went well, better than I expected. No, I'm lying. It went worse than I expected.
Yeah.
I won the fight, but it was more. We knew nothing really. We knew how to fight, but we knew nothing about the dynamics of fighting. How it's a science. It's not just you don't just go out there and brawl.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, on the trip from Durban to Johannesburg, we had sandwiches, we had coffee, we had Red Bulls. So we knew nothing about like weighing in and you
Weight
can't eat
cuts
certain
and
weight.
all that
No,
stuff, yeah.
and I remember I fought at 63.7 kilos, somewhere around that weight, and I fought. Feel sorry for him, but it was this little kid. I think he was like 18 or 19, and at that time I was 22 or something. Going to the fight, I was so confident. I was like, bring me whoever. I can fight, you know. And then when we got there, we were the first to get there, and then this bus, you know, this Mercedes Vito comes in. These guys in like all black tracksuits jump out, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm actually about to fight.
Team
you know?
tracksuits, bro.
Proper team tracksuits, and then nerves got to me. I think I threw up twice before I fought.
Heavy.
Threw up twice, and then I had to fight. They didn't check your gloves. You could put on any gloves. Initially, we were told we wear headgear. We didn't wear headgear. I got some crappy shin pads. I don't even know from who. And we fought, man. And I remember my cardio was so bad. I hit him, maybe the last 10 seconds, I hit him with a spinning heel kick, and he dropped. And as he came up after the 10 count, it was the break for the first round. And I sat on the stool, and I remember I told my coach, hey man, I'm gassed.
Yeah.
I can't, like I literally could not even, I told him I couldn't stand up. I mean, that whole round I was beating that kid up like from minute 1 to the end. But I never knew the science. You can't just go out there and blow your engine in the start off. And then luckily in the process of me telling my coach, hey, listen, I'm done, their corner comes and says, no, the kid is, he's done. He doesn't want to carry on, and he wasn't doing too well as well. So it ended like that, and I celebrated. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous from that day on. I was like, okay, I need to really change something about my, I don't know, the professionalism that comes with this sport. It's a very serious sport, and if you don't take it seriously, it could cost you. So maybe that played a big part in my transition from Durban to Johannesburg as well.
Yeah, because there's not really many gyms in KZN.
Yeah.
You're forgetting about the game.
Yeah, well, you for a long time, eh?
I think it's your move, though. Yeah, I moved here. I think it's.
Okay.
Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's your move.
No, it's your
my
move. Your move. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, KZN doesn't really. I mean, I think Dallas Jacoby had a gym at one time, because Dallas Jacoby. I remember when I was young, I used to watch a lot of Dallas Jacoby's fights, and they had a gym in Mhlanga, I think. But other than that, I don't recall too many gyms to actually go to KZN. So it obviously makes sense that you come.
Yeah, there's not a lot of gyms, and plus where I'm from, it's like a good hour drive to Durban, like Durban Central.
Yeah.
So the nearest gym that I knew of, I saw in a newspaper. I've never actually even seen it. I always used to see it on the Stanger Weekly. It's a newspaper that comes out that we get for free, and I'd always see there was this karate gym. In my mind, karate was MMA, and so I was like, always wanted to go, but I knew reality, like my dad would never take me. He would never drive me 30 minutes to a gym to go and train with the kids, you know. He was just, I never even bothered asking him. So there wasn't any opportunities for me, but I would go, weirdly enough, I used to go to the library and print, there's these, I didn't know anything about combat sports, so I'd print these books, these karate books, that just show you posture, how to kick and everything. I'd print them, so it was like 50 cents for black and white. I'd take them at home, I'd stick it on the wall, I'd practice maybe 5 times, and that was my training for the week. I thought I knew how to fight, I would just print that, stick it on my wall. The next week I'd go back and find another page or whatever, print it, stick it on my wall. And that was for me, that's the best I could do, because I never knew, and I never had access to training as well, until 3 years ago.
You'd be surprised how many of the top fighters and top boxers have actually, like, one guy I had on my podcast, he was a South African, Western Cape champion and then South African champion. He learned from, like, Rocky movies.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, he taught himself from the Rocky
my
movies
goodness.
until he actually went and did like proper training. So
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Even Max Holloway, he says he learned from UFC, the
Yeah,
game.
you're right. Yeah, from the game.
It's
Yeah, that's
so
true.
so odd how the sports is like it's picked up from simple habits, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you really
People are
want
born
it,
to do it, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is like you have to,
if you really want it, you'll find a way.
you'll definitely find a way.
Yeah.
How long was it before you then moved on to like your amateur career for MMA?
I think it's been 2 years now only. I think my first MMA fight was not last year, the year before, so 2022, my first MMA fight. I actually fought a boxing fight before that, like 2 months before that, because the structure at the old gym was they want us to compete as often as we could. Whatever competition there was, they want you to go and compete because amateur is where you can make your mistakes. So whether it was grappling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, they wanted you to do that. And then I started my first amateur fight actually in Versus.
Yeah.
I fought at Versus. I got a second round knockout. Yeah, second round. Also, I was as shocked as you are. It was unbelievable. It's probably the highest I've ever been in my life.
Really?
The highest I've ever been because it felt like I've been doing it for a while. It felt so natural. It's the calmest I've ever been in any fight ever in my life. I think also with the training I had done, with the team I had as well, I was more than confident that I could get the job done, and it's been a good ride ever since then.
Tell me what your experience was like with Versus, because I've never been to a Versus event, but I watched the now with the Murabur and stuff. I watched the lead up to everything.
Yeah.
I know people have been, and they say it's
next level.
It's next level.
If you're an amateur and you want to get a taste of how pro feels like, go to Versus.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. I remember my first fights at Versus. Imagine this is my first MMA fight. You backstage, you got your own TV watching the fights that are happening as you. Like backstage, you're watching those fights, you've got your own pads, you've got your own tights, you've got your own gloves that you can keep and take home as well. When you win, you get this cool trophy you take home, you get supplements that you can take home, you get rewards, financial rewards as well, which as an amateur is absolutely insane, They really look after you, you feel at home. After weigh-ins, you get rehydration kits, they help you out. And you feel like they care. You really feel like they care, and it's even showing now at pro level as well. And that's why a lot of people. I think once Versus announces that they're registering for fights, it closes the same day.
Yeah.
Because people really want to fight at Versus.
Yeah.
People really see the bright lights, the feeling of almost, I don't know which promotion to compare it to, but it feels big, man. It really, really feels big. And if you an amateur and you want a taste of the big lights, go to Versus.
Yeah, and then that obviously helps you then for when you turn pro onto the EFC, because now you're not so much in awe of.
Yeah, the bright
big
lights don't capture you too much. You're like, I've been to this, I've been through this, the big crowd. I think Versus hosts a bigger crowd as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you've handled thousands of people, so maybe 600 people shouldn't be as bad. They have a bigger stage. Yeah. I think also maybe the same size cage as the UFC.
Yeah, I think it's the same size
It's not
cage,
bigger.
but they have a bigger capacity. I think the last event was like 3,000 or 4,000 people.
Yeah.
And
It's big, man.
EFC's like 1,000, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It's big, man. So I think as an amateur to fight at a promotion like that, where you have people like Cameron Simon commentating. My first fight I remember was Cameron Simon and Drickus commentating.
Really?
Imagine having that.
Sure.
So it's a cool experience, a really, really cool experience.
Yeah, I think when I spoke to Graham as well, he was saying like with Drickus getting to the UFC, like one of the benefits, and Drickus I think himself also said, and even his coach, like more Coach Mornay was like, they already go through all of that. They go through the media training, they go through the bright lights. So by the time they actually get to the UFC, they're not like starstruck, with it, with everything. I think you're obviously also always a little bit in awe because you're like, well, there's Dana White, there's Joe Rogan, and that kind of thing. But it really helps to go through that first. And with just on the EFC now, like you've had obviously.
Check, by the way, sorry.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Check. Man's attacking you.
Dang it.
It's been a fast rise for you actually so far, because I think your first fight you did it like late last year, right?
No, my first fight was this year.
Oh, it was this year. Yeah,
I was supposed to fight in November in Angola though, or December, for Ace.
All right.
There's another promotion in Angola called Ace that I was supposed to fight for. I was actually booked a fight to fight there. It didn't really work out, but I was preparing for November, and I didn't get the damn it. I didn't get the chance, but Yeah, I had really been training for Ace, and
Yeah,
then
just
end
never
up
came
fighting in March for Versus.
So crazy to think that you've already had 3 fights in the space of 1 year. Do you want to continue on that trend, or are you just going to see what fights there are and take them as they come?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I've never had to pick a fight. I never picked a fight ever. I've never been told, do you want to fight this guy or whatever. I just get the message from Demart or my manager, and then I fight. I try to prepare for that person. I don't say, can I do this? Can I get this? No. So I want to keep fighting as fast as I can. I don't want to rush anything, but at the same time, I don't want to stay too long in the sport. So the sooner I can get everything done, the better for me, essentially. Yeah.
In the flyweight division now, for me, I think it's the most competitive division in UFC.
Yeah, by far.
There's easily 6 people that would be, on any given day, can be champion.
Yeah.
I mean, from Terence, who's the champion now, all the way down. I mean, there's you, there's Edson, there's Tumelo, there's a stack of people that are, I mean, Gift Walker, can't forget about him. How do you see this division? Do you also see it as the most exciting division?
By far.
Biggest division?
By far. It used to, I think, until a couple of months ago, it used to be the bantamweight division. You look at Faiz and what's going on in that bantamweight division, it's really spicing up. But the flyweights are busy, man. I think every card has got maybe 3 or 4 flyweight fights.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really competitive. You know, you've got, like you said, you've got Gift Walker, former champ. You've got Terence, current champ. You've got Tumelo, #1 contender. You've got Edson, #1 contender. You've got Villy, #1 contender.
Yeah, Villy as well, yeah.
You could literally put in 5 or 6 guys to fight for the title at any given moment. So, I mean, that's what makes it more exciting. You know, if you look at the other divisions, it's also very exciting, but it's like, maybe there's only one person where you can say, okay, he's a #1 contender, you know, or maybe 2 or 3 people, you know. But when you look at the flyweight division, it is busy. You could give a title shot to any one of those 5 guys on any day, and it will be a banger of a card. You know, any one of those can headline it. So I think it's definitely the most exciting division by far at the moment.
And anybody can beat anybody. That's the nice thing.
Yeah, it's a very tricky one. You can't really pick there. You can't.
Because Gift beat Terence.
Yeah, Gift beat Terence.
It's like if you put Terence into Melo, I was so bleak when that fight never happened.
I wanted to see that.
There.
I really wanted to see that.
And then it's like you also in the mix. Like anybody can beat anybody. It could almost be like a roulette. I think they must have a tournament, honestly, the UFC, like they did with
the Grand Prix. Yeah, the featherweight.
Grand Prix at least.
Yeah.
So you can chuck in 2 more people, you make it 8.
Yeah.
Even if you make
quick
it 8.
elimination. Maybe 2 cards will finish that, man. 2 cards, and then you got a #1 contender for the belt. You know, but there's always going to be contenders, man. There's Mickey Kluter, who's coming back, who just won now. He's back into the title contention. You had Calvin Smith, who was so close. Now he's also after obviously losing to former #1 contender. It was a very close fight, but there's so many people you can put in that mix. You got Kaugelo Moichela, who fought Willie van Rooyen, who's still at the top. That guy is dangerous as well. So it's like any one of those flyweights in the top 10, top 15 can get a crack at that title.
100%, yeah. But now just back to here. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better training partner, especially, I mean, Demart, I mean, one of the GOATs at 135. Maybe actually for me, the best probably, I mean, it's between him and Cameron, like who the best at EFC for 135 is. Talk to me about what it's like just to like learn from that guy, and just also not just learning from him, but like physically getting to roll with him on a daily basis and train with him, have him as a training partner.
It's annoying. It's like no, I mean, the guy trains, man. The guy trains hard, and it's, if you're not really committed to the sport, you struggle to keep up. Because I remember the first month where I really tried to keep up with him, he'd wake me up at 3:30 and call me and tell me, hey, listen, I'm on my way, get ready. I'm yawning at that time, I'm exhausted. I still got to open up the gym. I got to walk and meet him at the garage at the petrol station. So it was like, I did that the first couple of weeks. So I was like, okay, it's easy. 3 weeks later, this guy is still doing it. And he had no fight booked. No fight booked, no news of any fights. And he was doing 3 a.m. sessions. And I tried to keep up, and then eventually I'd start making excuses. I was like, oh no, sorry, I'm training someone at 5. Or I'd be like, maybe I caught a cold. You know, I'd try to find a way to not train, but that guy will literally make you feel like you have to train. If you don't train, he always says to me, like now, how we're sitting now, he'll tell you, someone out there, might not be in Johannesburg, might not be in Pretoria, someone out there is training for you. You don't know, there's some Russian that's running in the mountain now that you're gonna meet one day. He's gonna be stronger than you, faster than you, and he trains harder than you. So who am I to be sitting here just relaxing for an hour when there's someone training hard? And that motivates you. Because you think to yourself, why am I taking Sunday off when there's some some Czech Republic guy busy running up some mountain or wrestling a bear.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna compete with those guys. If you're being lazy, if you're taking days off, you're not gonna compete with those guys. And I think on days where I really feel like I'm broken or tired, or he always says to me, doesn't matter if you're sore, you're tired, regardless of how you feel. I have it actually as my wallpaper. I don't know where my phone is, but it says, regardless of how you feel, you have to get the job done.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make excuses if you want to be successful.
That guy doesn't sleep, does he? Because I mean, even people that were competing in Aces were saying like they'll speak to him at like 11 at night.
Yeah.
He'll message back, and then they'll wake up in the morning, maybe like 7, 8 o'clock, and there'll be a message from him at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, the guy's a computer,
when
man.
does he sleep?
The guy's a computer's a machine. Like he will. I always say to him, he'll drink an energy drink now. He'll sleep straight away. He'll sleep straight away, and like we used to drive from Centurion to maybe Midrand. It's like a 25-minute drive. We'll be chatting, maybe 5 minutes. Next minute is long asleep. That 20 minutes is enough for him to train 8 to 10 and push non-stop, like a hard pace where you're like, bro, me and you had enough, the same amount of sleep. How are you still pushing like this? You know. But I think his determination and his grit and he's willing to want to win. He's willing to sacrifice anything to want to win. And that's one thing I really learned from that guy a lot.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, I looked at after his last fight at UAE Warriors.
He
was training the next day.
That was a hard fight. Yeah, the next day he was here. I was resting the next day.
I know.
I didn't fight there. I was training as well, but I didn't fight. But I was training. I was resting the day I came back. He told me no rest. And I was resting. Next thing, this guy's up at 5 a.m. training. I'm like,
I know.
He's a computer, man.
I saw it on your story, dude.
He's
crazy.
mad. He's a madman. Eh?
Yeah. What was the experience like going to UAE to go with? Because you went with him as part of the team. What was it like? I mean, the UAE obviously
It's next level.
It's next level, but the production and everything like that.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was insane, man. It was. I think I've never experienced anything like that. Very professional. I think that's the brightest of brightest lights. You know,
Really?
it feels. The arena on its own, it feels like you're in, I don't know how to explain it, but it's massive. The way they treat you throughout the week, it's very, very well run. It's very, very well run. It's just the heat, obviously, there it gets to you. It's really, really, really miserably hot. You know, even in the rooms, the training rooms, you lose 2 kilos in a 30-minute session of training. Easily. I think when I came back, I think that's why this last weight cut was the easiest I've ever done. I left at maybe 64 kilos. To UAE, and I think by day 2 I was 60.
Really?
Couldn't pick back up. I could eat anything.
Crazy.
And I couldn't pick my weight back, not even to 62. Even 61 I couldn't.
You're sweating all the time. And
you're sweating 20, if you're not in your room with the air conditioning unit, you're sweating.
Yeah.
And we were running every day, we were training every day, we were doing pads, we were doing technical, we were lifting, you're sweating 24/7, you know, if you're not in your room. So, I mean, the heat got to us a little bit, but we managed to handle it. We went well.
Do you think you would ever go fight there if you were given the opportunity?
Most definitely.
You would? Yeah.
Most definitely, I would take it in the blink of an eye.
Oh,
the
really?
promotion is run beautifully, man. It's
Yeah.
run beautifully, and I think if ever given a shot, I'll take it. I was hoping actually maybe at the end of the year I'd maybe slip in one fight there, but everything happens in due course when it's
you
meant to
never
happen.
know. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
This game has. I'm happy to take a draw if you're happy to take
I'm
a draw.
happy.
I don't think we've got through everything, so thank you very much.
Thank
Second
you.
draw of the day.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we just wrapped up our day with Ntando, the Zulu warrior, Zondi. What a day it was. We got to see him at his gym, chat to him a little bit about where he came from, chat to him about his EFC career, chat to him about his future plans. We got to see a little bit more of the man. The gun range was super fun, not just for myself, but for Ntando as well. I mean, getting to shoot AK-47, I'm the captain now. Getting to shoot AR-15s, handguns, everything was super, super cool. We hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We hope you guys learned a lot about Ntando Zondi, and we will see you for the next one. Cheers, everybody.
My name is Ntando Zondi. I'm 26 years old. Wait. I have this. Wait. Pressure now, bro. It's pressure. Okay.